Welcome back, Nathan. I just want to say that I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
How this past week go?
It was rough, but what we talked about before. There's a lot going on. I thought more about that argument. Well, we had a big discussion with him, but it didn't go so well.
I reckon that was very hard on you this week, especially knowing everything that you're going through right now. We can definitely talk about this, later on in this session if that's okay with you.
Yeah, actually, it'd be great because that's actually not to mention what we talked about before, but that's been really bugging me all week.
Okay. Well, at the beginning of every session, we're gonna set an agenda. An agenda is kind of a list of what we want to get accomplished for this session. We're gonna do it every session, and it kind of keeps us on track, gives us time, because we don't want to talk about something too long and then get to the end and run out of time.
So, how do we start?
Well, initially, on this piece of paper, we're going to initially put down the initial problem. Why are you here?
Yeah. I know we had covered a lot of, still mainly for the same reasons. Just I felt like not only at work, but my home life, I feel like there's a lot of things that I've failed to do. And there's a lot bothering me, and I don't want to come out and say I'm a failure, but I feel like I'm not able to get a lot accomplished.
Okay.
So I've been failing at work with communication, failing at home with communication, and not getting younger. Look back and feel like I'm failing with time management.
Okay. So our initial, from what I'm hearing from all this is, and from what we talked about in the previous session, is you feel like you're a failure at home and at work. Is that, am I getting that? Well, I'm going to put it right here at the top of our agenda. And so now that we have our title for what our sessions are, these are the reasons why you're here. Let's go through and let's talk about some of the things that we want to discuss today during session. Do you have any ideas?
Yeah. I know last time we talked about my feeling, with the way I kind of look at things. And that was kind of what I know what's bugging me, but I don't know necessarily how I feel about it. And kind of what we talked about last time is trying to just talk about how I feel about it. And how I'm masking some of those feelings.
So do you want to talk about your feelings with that argument that you had with the boss? Is that what you're doing?
This week I feel like that's another really good.
Okay. So I want to put
my frustration.
Feelings about argument with boss. Do you want to talk about the argument in general?
Yeah. Yeah. That would maybe help you understanding why I felt what I did.
Okay.
Or why I tried to mask what I felt I did.
Okay. Well, this is definitely a great start. Let's stick with these two for right now. We don't want to get too many things on our plate and not be able to accomplish them this session. So we have our agenda set, and we're going to now talk about. I just want to get a basic grasp from you about how you thought about last session. We talked about a lot of things. We identified our problems, and how did you leave? How were you feeling about that?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Initially, I felt like it was just me complaining.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, you said a lot of things that kind of set in later. That helped. And then we think about how certain things have happened, and they affect a lot of different things. How my frustration builds, and that helped. A lot of that went out the window once I got more frustrated. But, we'll kind of talk about that as well. But overall, I felt good. I do feel like this is helping. I'm not really one to communicate a lot, apparently, but that's the reason why I'm here, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. How did and I noticed you didn't mention the homework. How we talked about last time about sitting down for life, and you kind of explaining to her, how you were feeling. How'd that go?
Yeah, not so good.
Okay.
I avoid bringing that up, but we work different shifts. she gets off at 5, I'm going at 2. So I feel like, a lot of things that I feel like I can blame it on that. But again, it was what we talked about before, just me communicating. Me trying to prioritize and communicate. So how it go?
Okay. And that's totally okay. I mean, this is a process. This is something that we are going to gradually work on. Maybe we can have this homework, again after for this week, and try to get you to build, that confidence. Because I can see when you say it isn't done, that there's some lack of confidence that's coming across your face and your hair. And that's what they're doing. And they're very real, and we completely understand them. There's
another thing that makes me feel like a failure.
And we're gonna work on it. This is why you're here, and I'm so glad that you consider talking to the table and express that to me, because I know it's hard. I know it's hard to finally realize what's going on. So at this point, we need to kind of get back to the agenda. We've talked about our homework. We talked about the previous session. How you felt? So our first bullet point was this argument. We had this argument. Will you kind of give me a history of when this started? So what led up to this argument?
No, to be honest, to give you a history, maybe kind of hard to do, but this has been building a while. In the construction business, you have certain jobs, and basically you rely on certain people to get things done. And in this business, when there are people slacking off, you pick up the slack. Eventually, over time, before you look up, you realize that that's your new job, is picking up other people's slack. And it's just something that's been building on, and so I went to find, my supervisor and pointed these out. I thought it would go a little smoother, but in time, bringing him a problem without a solution, it didn't go so well. So immediately, we turned it around, and I guess I was on the defensive. It caught me off guard. And trying to pull it up from there, I said some things, he said some things, didn't go so good. I don't know if that helps.
Well, it leads into the next question of, while you were, like you said, doing a bunch of things that your other coworkers, you were picking up that slack. You had all these thoughts going through your head, I'm sure. What were your thoughts going through your head leading up to going?
I don't know. I guess it was naive initially to think that he would be appreciative, that I was going to, point out some of his problems and point out, not that I was wanting praise, but at the same time, that bringing these things that, hey, we can do this better, or hey, we could, this is what's going on, and that wasn't the case. So initially, I guess I was positive about that. But then when it was turning around, it caught me off guard, and I guess I was immediately defensive once it was caught off guard. And I'm not scared for my job, but at the same time, I was immediately defensive, and sure, I got a little offensive too with the way I retaliated.
Okay. Well, what I'm hearing is that you felt discouraged after this conversation, because you thought your boss was going to praise you on something that you were bringing to him, and he didn't. He did the exact opposite. And I can see where this is tying back into you feeling like a failure, and you feel like you do all this at work and then you don't get it.
I was like homework too.
Yeah, you can think of homework, and you definitely want to put that on the agenda for another session, and it's definitely something I think that's very important. I do have a question for you though. With these feelings of feeling like a failure, and based upon what's gone on with you this week and our argument with your boss, can you rate on a scale of 0 to 100 in a percentage of just how much you feel like you're a failure?
Yeah, it really depends on my frustration of it. Like sometimes I feel like when I'm here and just talking about my problems, I feel that's really not that bad. The drains and things. But while I'm going through it, and while I'm frustrated, I feel like at the beginning of my day, I wake up, I got this to do. And just one thing after another. Lots going on. It can be pretty intense. And scale of 0 to 100. While I'm in the middle of it, I'd say a bit of 80. But
for the grand scheme, without being in the middle of it, just in life in general, what's your perspective?
To be honest, it affects me quite a bit.
Do you want to compare about 80?
I'm going to say 50.
50.
Grand scheme of things, and in hindsight, it still affects me. I'd say it affects half of my day, so 50.
Okay, all right, great. So I wanna touch back on your feelings and thoughts. Now that we have about 50% of the time you feel like a failure, and we definitely want to get that in. We want to listen to it. So back to this argument with the boss. You stated that you've been doing all this stuff at work. You went to your boss and presented him the problem, thought he was going to be happy for you, but in turn he was just, he just hurt you. He turned you in. Have you ever been through a similar situation like this before?
Sure. I hate to keep bringing up the home life. In home life, but in work too. In the past, I've brought forth a problem. Thought it was going to be, getting better. But I guess if you don't have a solution, pointing out problems, problem itself.
Right.
So, I've been through that.
Okay. Do you feel like this could possibly help you, being that you've been through a situation similar to what you're going through at work right now? Do you think that could help guide you?
Yeah, in some ways. I'm not real proud of ways in the past that I've coped with things or dealt with things. I feel like now, I'm at a different point in my life. But I think so. I think my past experiences help.
Okay. After you got done with this argument with your boss, what did you do?
Well, I quit smoking about 7 years ago, and I always try to distract myself from going really bad.
Right.
But I just got out of the situation. I was working on a project anyway, so literally went back to the drawing board, not figuratively, literally. And so I went there and just focused on another project. Okay. And just really, put my head somewhere else.
All right. Well, I want to talk with you about coping. There's short-term coping and long-term coping. And I want you to just give me one example of short-term coping.
Well, would going back to work, would that be a short-term?
Yeah, that would. I mean, you're coping in the initial setting, which is good. And that's something that initially gets your mind off of the situation. A long-term coping may be that you have an outlet, you have somebody else you can talk to, and that's what we're going to touch on. Another session about how you can communicate with your wife, and she can help you with that long-term coping. I really enjoyed talking to you and getting these ideas and understandings from your thoughts and feelings, because it's so important. And this week, we have to give you another homework, because homework is how we're going to build this relationship, how we're going to work through these problems at home. The purpose of this homework is to continue to challenge you in between sessions. And what is something that you feel like you need to work on this week?
Something that's less good feeling.
Okay. And with this, let's maybe make it a little bit more simple, because we had the whole idea of, doing it, talking to your wife and everything. Let's say we do it on Tuesday. You and your wife decide at a time when you can talk. How does that sound? Okay. You feel like you can accomplish it this week?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Is there anything else you feel like we need to talk about for this session? I hate that we're out of time, but definitely come back next week and bring your homework with you and any more things that happen this weekend. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.